But we're dealing with a song in the key of A, major, mostly. Then there's a little modulation that happens later. We'll get to that in a few minutes. So we are playing major chords in the key of A. If you followed some of my theory lessons or anything like that, you know that we have 3 major chords and 3 minor chords and a diminished chord that makes up the key. So we're really just running through chords 1, 4, and 5, E, A, and D, E, D, and A, and a couple of the minor chords. We see F sharp minor and we see B minor. So if you take a look at the chart that I have, you'll notice a lot of chords with slashes in their names. Now, hopefully you know something about that, but these are called inversions. This means you're playing a chord that has something other than the root of the chord in the bass. The first one we run into right there is E with G sharp in the bass. So the song is going from an A chord to E with G sharp. Now a normal E chord can be played this way. G sharp though is at the 4th fret of the 6th string. So we need to get to that G sharp. Now this is a chord, again, we'll look at this in the left-hand close-up, but these are the chords that have thirds in the bass. An E chord is E, G sharp, and B. 1, 3, and 5 are E, G sharp, and B. When we put the third in the bass, that's called first inversion, but in modern terms, what we do is we just put a slash after the name of the letter and put after the name of the chord and put the note that is played in the bass. So the fingering for this chord is, this is actually a very common chord on the guitar. We play D with F sharp in the bass, we play E with G sharp in the bass, and we also have a C sharp with E sharp in the bass later on occur. Now all 3 of those have the same fingerings, but they're just inversions of one of the major chords in the key. It would be the same, the most obvious example that you're probably familiar with is playing a D chord with F sharp in the bass. So we've got these inversions of chords, and the rest of the chords in the song are pretty much normal chords in the key. You just have to pay real close attention to the bass notes. Now, the song has this descending bass line moving, so you're hearing the A to G sharp to F sharp to E. And that's, again, a normal compositional technique for songs, but it also has a key change when he gets into when he wants to raise the intensity of the song a little bit. He jumps out of his A chord and into a C chord. This is a step and a half higher and runs through a similar chord progression in the key of C, a descending bass line. Do, 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 do. Anyhow, you get the idea. So it's I can't sing it. It gets way up there. And this is where the song gets really searing. So using a key change in the middle of a song to increase the intensity and level pitch, frequency, that's what I was looking for. It raises everything and it just adds an even more heart-wrenching sound to the song. Brings it back down, comes back into the key of A after the C section, which is what we call the bridge to the song. The time can bring you down, time can bend your knee, you know, all that stuff. So anyway, great compositional techniques that Eric used in this song, but we're really just seeing chords in the key of A for the verse and chords in the key of C for the bridge, and put that all together and you've got a great chord progression along with a great melody. And when he sings this, the recording from the 90s when he on the Unplugged album is just dazzling, and so his voice was beautiful at the time, and it still is. It's just that put a lot of extra stuff into this, and a lot of it was because he had a great chord progression, great foundation for writing the song.